for the shadows and everything, it's finally raining here and there's just so much darkness. I had to turn the lights on and I don't have a ring light yet, so you're gonna see shadows everywhere. So I apologize for that, but oh look, you can even see my face and my nose and oh, there's my chin. Anyway, I had a huge response with what you guys wanted to see beheaded, believe it or not. You sickos, with this series. So I wrote down everything that you guys told me about that you wanted to see, and what I have actually decided to do is I've written down everything, but I had such a good request. I'm sorry, I can't remember who you are right now who requested this, but I had a request to do the Disney princesses, and I thought, why haven't I thought of that? Because it's much like, I love Ariel, I love the Little Mermaid, but other in Beauty and the Beast, but other than that, the rest of them can just go to hell. And I know it's been done a million times before, how people have horrified the Disney princesses, but has anyone ever had them beheaded? Maybe not. I've had all your suggestions, I've written them down, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a jar full of like just, you know, random requests, and then I'm gonna have a jar full of Disney princesses. So what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna put into the generic, you know, jar to draw out, I'm going to put the Disney princess one in. So if I'm in the jar and I draw that one out, I will then go to the other jar that has the Disney princesses in it, and then I will draw a Disney princess out from that separate jar, if that makes sense to you. So that's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to have two separate ones. I'm going to have one for everything that is just, you know, just anything that you guys suggest, and then I'm gonna have one with the Disney princesses in. But the Disney princess one's gonna go in the normal jar, so when if I draw that one out, then I go to the other jar with all the Disney princesses in. I'm hoping that makes sense. Anyway, I'm gonna cut these out, and I am going to then put them all into whatever I can find, because, you know, I just randomly put stuff in things because I just don't have any sort of consistent stuff floating around. And then we'll give it a shake and we'll see what we get to be the next scary trophy illustration. Alright, so I have found some containers and I've put all the scary trophies in here, and then I've put all the Disney princesses in this one. So what I'm going to do is shake this one up. I'm going to draw one out and we'll see what happens. Also, I was going to say too, if I do draw the Disney princess one out, obviously it will go back into here, so it can be drawn out again, so we can keep choosing these ones over here. So obviously when I do draw one, I do take one out that's not the Disney princess one, I will take it out for good. So it's done with, it's drawn. All right, here we go. What are we going to draw, and am I going to get the Disney princess one? All right, let's see. All right, I'll pick this one. Okay, so the first one that I'm going to be drawing from this concept is a crow. Okay, a crow will be the next scary trophy. Like I said in the last video, if you have any fears or anything that you don't like and you want to see it cut off at the chest, you know, put a comment down below and let me know so I can add it to this, and I could draw your worst nightmare out and kill it for good. I sound like a serial killer right now. Something sadistic anyway. I'm gonna go and draw a crow as something terrifying and beheaded, believe it or not. So just letting you know that this is not animal cruelty and I would never do this in real life, so don't come for me because it's not real. I would never have done a crow for this series, and yeah, and to believe it or not, I do have quite a few stories about crows and how they are complete pains in the arse here in Australia. So this is why I got you guys to throw ideas at me, because there are some things that I will overlook, and I have stories. I have stories. So I will get on to the story of what I have about these shits of things that like to destroy people's properties here in Australia. Now, one of a couple of stories I'm going to say is my partner has a mate. Well, he's no longer a mate now, but he's kind of like a work associate. So he does contract out to my partner Rick. So we'll call him that, and he has had the crows get on his car and pull the rubbers off the windscreen and the windscreen wipers. And they also have torn metal rods, like the metal lining from cars as well. They're just complete shits of things like that. And the other story that I have is my parents, where they are, because my parents live 3 minutes down the road from where I am here. And we've got a lot of crows here, and they like to eat our passion fruit, because we've got a passion fruit vine down the back on the fence, and they're in there, and there is a shit ton of passion fruit on the ground with holes in them, because these little pricks like to get in there and eat the passion fruit. Anyway, I digress. Back to my parents' place. They have a lot of crows out there too, and they had these two crows that like to come in quite close. And for some reason, we don't know why, because crows don't really like to come too close, but this particular couple did. And one of them, and we only assume, well, we don't know, but we only assume it was probably the male, maybe, I don't know. But he tore the screen to pieces. He got onto their back screen door and put holes in the door and started chewing it and pecking it and pulling it out and ripping it with his claws. And Dad come out one time and shoot him away. He did that probably several times after that. And then one day they just stopped doing it and disappeared. So thank God for that, because my dad had to go and get another screen, the screen from a warehouse, and put new screens in the door. But like, what the hell? Like, why would they do something like that? So that's why I thought to myself, well, yeah, this is for all those crows out there that do dumb shit like this and destroy people's cars and property, which I don't know why there's a need to. They are a protected species here in Australia. You can't be caught shooting them, or you will go to jail and get huge fines. A lot of people do still like to shoot them because they are pests. I don't agree with that. With just blatantly shooting them like that, like for fun anyway. I do believe in a sort of a cull system though. When something does get out of hand, I do believe that certain things do need to be culled, but we won't go into that. But yeah, I don't know if crows need to be culled. They are protected. They probably have boomed a little bit in places like there's a heap here. Like, they are everywhere. But I don't know. Not my decision to make, and I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, crows they're evil. They're evil birds, and they're cheeky, and you see them, like, you'll be driving along the road, and they're very smart birds. They're extremely intelligent, and they will just walk across the road. Like, if you're coming on, because we drive on the left side of the road here, in the direction we're going, and we drive on the left side. So will be driving along, and if they're on the left lane, they'll just walk casually over to the right lane, and they know that you're not going to be traveling on that lane. Well, as long as there's no other cars coming on, on that lane, that's what they do. They just know that you're not going to hurt them. They'll just stroll, like you should see it. They just stroll across like it's nobody's business, and they're just a shit of a bird. They're beautiful though, don't get me wrong. The colours are absolutely beautiful. They have a shiny coat, especially the greens that come out of their coat. They are definitely an impressive looking bird, and that's, I sort of try to capture that with the blackness, and yeah, I added a bit of blood, I added a cross. There was no sort of rhyme or reason why I did that, it just felt right. And I added a really sort of hazy eye because this thing is dead, and crossed its legs over and put the crossed legs on the trophy. So added some creepy elements to this, and voila, there is a scary trophy crow. For anyone out there who does not like crows, here it is. Once again, like I said, tell me what you want to see mounted on a trophy stand, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.